Unheard of.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Unheard of. It's your two guys, man. It's me, ABG, and my co-host and confidant, and my the rock, the backbone of this show, Jerod Evans. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. I guess it only took like 2 years, but I finally got COVID. So folks, that's why this show might be pretty short because I actively have COVID right now while we're recording. It's my whole family had it last week, which was one of the reasons why we didn't get to record, uh, along with like your schedule and being busy. So literally we Tiff and the boys just got over it a week ago. And then I guess 7 days later, it finally hit me. So I don't know. It's I don't think I don't have it as bad as Tiff did, but we're both vaccinated and boosted, but I got like a sore throat, had a bunch of mucus, and today's probably been the worst day so far. I got some body aches too, but I think I'll be fine here in a couple days.
My man Jerod is sick, and he's still here delivering this podcast to you guys. I mean, I know we had last week we took off. I've been working. So I've just been busy, and now I'm back in Georgia. So yeah, I mean, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm pretty excited. Still been working out a little bit, losing some weight. So hopefully just keep going with that, and just taking this time to chill.
I've got a gym membership, but my God, with everybody getting sick, I've only been able to go to the gym like once in the past 2 to 3 weeks. So, uh, yeah, I'd like to lose some weight too, man. But yeah, how was getting back all your time in the southern LA known as Louisiana?
Oh man, it was fun. I mean, I'm so busy over there. There's really not a lot of time to do most stuff. So like, I mean, the food is amazing. If I go to like a local spot or something like that, it has always been good. But but then I went out on like the Monday night before Mardi Gras. Like Mardi Gras is like Tuesday, usually, and well, I don't think usually, I think all the time. And So I went out that Monday, and it was definitely an experience. I went to Bourbon Street, and you got the kind of things you expect, like the people like standing on balconies and stuff, throwing beads out to people and stuff like that. But like, it's a lot of beads. It is a ton of beads. There's beads on the ground. I was slipping and sliding on beads. It was insane. It was really, but it was like a lot of people there. It was like a whole party on the streets. So it was cool. It was cool. I don't know if I want to do it again. I mean, Odessa was talking about how she wanted to experience Mardi Gras and everything, but and I mean, yeah, I'll go with her, but just like by myself, like, I don't know if I'd like to do it again. It was interesting. I'll say that much.
Man, how about those real Cajun beignets? You try that dessert down there?
No, I actually have not had a beignet yet. Um, some of my coworkers said they had one already, but I mean, I'll be headed back down there after this week, so
Mm.
maybe I'll be able to get one then. But it, like, culture wise and everything, like, it's like a it's like a whole different place out there. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I would imagine, dude. It probably wouldn't be the type of scene for a guy like me, but I'd probably something fun to do like one time, you know.
Yeah, I
Shoot,
mean, there were people there with their like small children, so like
and they're just seeing
if
them
you
get beat thrown at everybody and everything.
yeah, you know, I mean, is very much like what you hear about during Mardi Gras
Yeah.
and like what you expect, like, you know, the bead throwing, the flashing, like all that stuff. It was happening.
Yeah. I wouldn't think about that being like a kid friendly environment. And
It, to
speaking
me, it
of
wasn't.
yeah. Uh no, you know what? Speaking of kid friendly, you are about to go see the Batman film tonight. And
Yes.
I wanted to see it, but I'm out of commission. However, when I say talking of kid friendly, everybody knows I took my son to go see Spider-Man, which is PG-13, and he's only 6 years old. But it's really only PG-13 for some language, right? And kids are going to hear that stuff anyway. So um, when the Batman was rated PG-13, I was like, okay, well, maybe I could take him to this one. And then I watched like a spoiler-free review where somebody said no, they pushed the limits of PG-13 on this one. They said it could have
Oh
been rated
wow.
R.
Oh
So I was like,
wow.
well, I had to give my 6-year-old the bad news. Said, hey, I can't take you to go see the Batman, but uh, maybe in a few years. uh,
Maybe yeah, maybe when like the ending of the trilogy comes out, like you'll be able to see
yeah,
that one.
but
But
I am excited to see it whenever I don't have COVID anymore in a few days. Uh, but yeah, I haven't heard any bad reviews yet, really. A lot of people were down on Robert Pattinson at first, and then when those trailers started coming out, people thought, okay, this looks good. I thought the same thing, when he was breaking people's necks, talking about I am vengeance. Uh, so I'm excited to see it as well. And hopefully, you get a good review for it tonight.
oh yeah, man, I'll definitely be able to report next week whether or not it was good. I mean, but I haven't heard anything bad about it. I mean, some people have said that, like, you know, I mean, the length, it's like almost 3 hours. It's 5 minutes short of being 3 hours long. So like they say that you really feel that length, like it feels really long. But
Yeah.
other than that, like I haven't heard much bad from it. Like I feel like that's probably the most extreme bad I've heard of it. And then like the most extreme good that I've heard is that it's better than The Dark Knight, which in my
Mhm.
opinion is like the superhero movie. Like you don't get much better than The Dark Knight, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely excited to see it. I've heard good. So
Yeah. As far as Batman films go, it might be really tough to top The Dark Knight. That's uh that's up there. What's crazy is I haven't seen any real articles or anything like talking bad about Robert Pattinson. And my God, how many like Batman actors have we had at this point? And seems like they just keep keep doing their business, keep hitting the money.
yeah, man. I mean, a lot of people don't like Ben Affleck as Batman, but I mean, I enjoyed his take on just a old Batman who's seen some shit and is basically fed up. Like, I like this take on that, and I think I'm not exactly sure about how where Batman is in his journey in this movie, but yeah, I'm definitely excited to see a new take on it, and definitely excited to see what Robert Pattinson has, because I mean I know he's a good actor. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of his stuff, but from what I have seen, like he was good. Like what was that one that he was in with um oh man, Denzel Washington's son, Tenet. Yeah, Tenet. He like I feel like he was really good in Tenet. So I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
just excited for him to blow me away again.
Yeah. They said I think he's still pretty new to being Batman in this film. It's just like they're kind of skipping the origin story and kind of like the whole Spider-Man thing, like they're not going to show his parents dying in an alley again. Uh, but he's still kind of fresh to being Batman, from what I've heard. Um, I didn't mind Ben Affleck either. It's just he got like some crappy stories. Like he the writing for the films that he actually was in, with the exception of Zack Snyder's version of Justice League, his other versions kind of sucked. Um, but I blame that more so on the writing and probably the producing over there at Warner Brothers. But no, I'm excited to see that film as well. I'm excited to see Moon Knight also, which is kind of like Marvel's version of Batman when it comes out in a few weeks.
Yeah, yeah. I was I was gonna say something else. Oh, I mean, just like the things about this movie that really excites me is that they're kind of doing something new,
Yeah.
but like with the same characters. Like Riddler looks crazy with the little mask on his face, and um, um, Colin Farrell as the Penguin. I'm excited for that take, and just like a new Commissioner Gordon and Catwoman and stuff like that. Like it to me, it looks fresh, something that we have never seen before. Uh, with like as concerning Batman,
Oh yeah.
and so that I feel like that's another thing that's just gonna hook me in there.
Yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Uh because I love action films anyways. And you know, if it's a Batman film that pushes the limits of PG-13, we should see some pretty gritty action in there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it does seem like it's gonna be just like a dark and like gritty Gotham.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it might be better maybe depiction of Gotham than the Dark Knight movies.
Yeah. Uh that's kind of what I've been reading too. They said like if you really wanted more from the Dark Knight, you'll probably really like this film. Plus it's like a detective based storyline this time where you see more of Batman actually being a detective, which I think is pretty cool because he's always been called the greatest detective, and then we don't really see much of that in the films. We just still kind of see him doing what other superheroes do, go and beat the bad guys.
Yeah,
And
just kicking ass.
yeah, I mean, in his own special way, it's still usually pretty cool. It's just you never see the detective side of things. So
Yeah, and I feel like with those Christopher Nolan Batman movies, that kind of like the detective side of it, he kind of relied a little too much on Lucius for
yeah,
that. And I don't know if Lucius is going to be in this movie or not, but yeah, I feel like that did kind of take away from those Batman movies. That's like, oh well, Lucius has a gadget for you, and then you're in the game again.
yeah. So I don't know, man. Hopefully next week we can get on here and we'll both have seen it, and we can probably bring one of the boys back on to discuss it with a bunch of spoilers. Um, obviously, there's not much to say about it if neither of us have seen it yet, but
Yeah, all we can talk about is what we've heard, and
yeah,
how excited we are about it, man. I mean, like I'm going to see it in just a few hours. Like, oh man, like I don't know. Maybe I'll post on the unheard of Twitter and be like, go see the movie.
yeah. Uh, this has the potential to be like the shortest episode ever, guys. I mean, I'm literally, I'm my body is kind of dying from COVID right now.
Oh man,
I'm like in the heat of it today, dude. This might be the day where it finally peaks.
you got like you have the fever and everything too.
No, I haven't had a fever like at all with it. It's just the throat, mucus, and now today it's like a bunch of body aches. So
Have you lost your like smell or taste?
no, no.
No. Okay, cool.
So
I mean, I'll tell you one thing, man. I got it before the vaccines, and so um, I wanted to die. I thought I was gonna die.
yeah,
Like it hit me hard, but it didn't last too long. Like it was like maybe a week or so, and then I just kind of started to feel better. But like when I was deep in it, it was probably the worst version of the flu that I've ever had. And I usually get the flu like pretty regularly. Like I've had it a few times. And so, I always feel super down bad when I have the flu, but this like COVID was different. It was mad different.
it's not like the worst I've ever had, but at this point I've already been vaccinated and boosted. It's just yeah, I think I'm probably at the worst day right now with the aches and everything. Uh I don't know. It was weird because like the other day, uh I had a bunch of mucus and I was just like, God, the weather is hitting us really hard. I thought it was just the season changing.
Yeah.
Um because it went from like 65 degrees to back in the teens and snowing within like a day or two. So I just thought it was like a seasonal weather changing type ordeal. But then it just kind of kept getting worse. So I was like, maybe I should actually test myself, play it on the safe side. And then it had like the actual positive line. I was like, oh my God. I was like, how is it
Yeah.
the other three people in this household just got over it and I get it like a week later?
You had you got a home test?
Yeah, I've got a bunch of them because work used to hand them out. But when everybody else had it, when Jaden actually got a test from the doctor and was positive, and then kind of spread that around, uh, I kept testing negative every time, and I felt fine. Um, so I don't know. Maybe I got it from work since um, since my family had already been recovered for like a week. So I don't know what happened. It's weird.
And I mean, I don't want it ever again. Like, I mean, I probably should wear my mask more than I am, but there's like
Well, I still
no,
have to wear one at work. So
I'm supposed to wear one at work, but nobody
yeah.
does. So then I just look like the loser guy with a mask on. So I mean, my
It,
mask does nothing if nobody else is wearing one.
well, they say the cloth ones we all wear anyways are pretty much useless because you have to wash them virtually like every day just to have some effectiveness. Uh, Even the N95s or KN95s, they said you would have to get a new one every 2 days or something like that. So it's like the whatever we've been wearing hasn't helped. That's why a bunch of people were still getting it. And whenever Omicron and whatever variants out now, they said mask wasn't helping like at all because it was just super contagious. So I don't know. I'm sure in a few days I'll be fine. Uh, but it's weird because I was like, wow, I've been prone to it for like 2 straight years. Like I never had a stage where I was working from home at all. During the height of the pandemic, I was still going in like every day, and it just decided to hit me now. So I was like, okay, all right, whatever, we'll get over it.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that you got so lucky that whole time. But I mean, now that you're vaccine boosted, I mean, I feel like maybe like it's never a good time to get COVID, but this may be the best time for you to have COVID. Just with the extra steps you've taken to kind of protect yourself from it.
Yeah, and I think you know how they talk about some people have lingering effects. Like
Oh yeah,
if you were one of the people that couldn't taste or smell, that kind of follows you for a few months. Uh, like Tiff, she doesn't get headaches or migraines normally. I do, but that's just a condition I have. Um, well, when she had COVID, she was getting migraines, and she got one yesterday. She's like, she's like, dang it, Jared, did you give me COVID again after I just got over it? And I was like, I think that's really rare. Like, because you just had it. It'd have to be dang near impossible for you to test positive again in a short period of time.
Yeah.
Uh, so she tested negative, but I was like, that is one of the lingering effects type ordeal. Like you might just have a headache every now and then, for the next month or two, whatever. Um, which it sucks. I hope I don't lose my taste or smell, but yeah, it's weird seeing some of those effects now. Having had it kind of ravaged through the family at this point now. Uh, like Jaden, even after he got over it, he seemed to have like a small cough for a few days. Uh, so I don't know. It's weird. Trace didn't seem to have anything after he got over it. So it's a weird time. It's odd. And speaking of odd folks, I'm bringing it back. Odd news. We're gonna bring back our odd news and stories. I got one for y'all this week. It's there's not three. I'm not gonna give you three, but I am gonna give you one. Um, this episode's probably been terrible for my segue game. I just don't have enough effort to put into it today.
I mean, you got two solid segues in.
Yeah, they haven't been my best, but
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not
that
focusing
second
on them.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, this is a story actually out of Georgia. Okay. And maybe you guys have heard of it because most of our listeners are right from in there. Well, a couple weeks ago, or last week rather, it was reported that a body was found in the Hitchiti National Forest near Atlanta. Um, however, upon investigation, the body happened to be a life-size doll of a woman figure. And the pictures are pretty funny because if you were walking along a trail in the woods, you would definitely think that you came across a dead body covered in mud and everything. Uh, and then the police are like, please, uh, wait, what'd they say? They had a funny line. Oh, they said the victim, now named Selena, is a little under the weather, but she has been having a nice day and is expected to make a full recovery. The sheriff's department posted, but they said, in all seriousness, please dispose of your items in a responsible way in the future.
Now, this life-size doll that we're talking about, is it one of those
Like
fun
in a,
life-size dolls?
so I'd say, is it like an adult doll?
Yeah.
Uh, no, it's basically just like a mannequin.
Oh, it's just a mannequin?
Yeah, it's they say it's just a life-sized adult doll mannequin. It doesn't have any of those special, parts that some adults might use in them. Uh, they say it's just a big doll, which is really funny. You like, but that almost makes it a little weirder. Like,
Yeah, like who has a just a big woman doll that they're just like, I don't want it anymore. Just gonna toss it
she
into
was
the
fully
woods.
dressed too. She had like a tank top on, some shorts, some shoes, and a wig. And it makes me think of like that show, Last Man on Earth, where this guy, he's got it was like soccer balls, but I think at one point he's even got a mannequin. Either that or like I Am Legend, where you just start to get
Yeah.
attached to something. And of course, these are zombie scenarios that I'm just now thinking as I'm talking about it. And we're not in like an apocalypse scenario. So this obviously just had to be a weird individual who had a mannequin and just decided one day they were gonna throw it out in the woods. That's like an emotional thing, like you're dumping a body in the woods. Like this person had to have had some type of relationship with this mannequin, and
Maybe the
then
mannequin just pissed the person off and they were like, Out of here.
Or maybe this guy, I assume it's a guy, was just you know, you're not doing it for me anymore. I need one of those dolls with the actual parts, okay? So I'm gonna
Oh my
dump you to the
god.
curb so I can go get somebody that's real in my eyes.
I hope not for their sanity. But also speaking of I Am Legend, I read online. I mean, I don't know if this is confirmed or not. I could just be talking some BS in here. Let me preface it with that. That Michael B. Jordan and Will Smith are gonna be Will Smith is coming back for a sequel, and Michael B. Jordan is gonna be in it too.
Yeah, I read it too. Supposedly they're both producing and starring in it. Uh, but it doesn't have a director yet. So
Yeah,
I don't know how far it is into their project, but I think Michael B. Jordan is like one of the best actors currently in the market. He's uh he's having one of those tears, dude. Like he's in a lot of stuff recently. And
yeah.
what's that show I just saw him in on Amazon? I don't know. He played like an ex military operations guy or something.
Yeah,
Uh
yeah, yeah.
maybe it was called No
I forgot what it
Mercy.
was called too.
No,
No, he
no,
was
no,
in a
no,
movie
because he was in
called
a movie called Just Mercy.
Just Mercy. Yeah.
God, what was it called? I
I'm
don't know. I'm gonna look it up. But
gonna look it up too.
I think
Never mind, my phone froze.
uh all right, I'm not gonna find it right now.
but but yeah, no, I really do like his work. I feel like him and Denzel Washington's son, I just brought him up. What is his name? John David Washington?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
John. Okay, yeah. Like him and John David Washington, like I feel like a really kind of I don't know, just be like, what am I trying to say? I'm getting all wrapped up. Uh they're probably my favorite actors right now.
Yeah.
They're making a lot of good stuff.
I yeah, he's a good one too, because he was in Tenet also.
Yeah.
Uh no, it was Without Remorse, because it was like based on a
Without
Tom
remorse.
Clancy novel.
Yes, yes. I
That
was
was
gonna ask
pretty
if it was
good.
that Tom Clancy thing.
Um I don't know. And I actually really like I Am Legend. I
Yeah,
was
I mean,
hoping the movie would get a sequel a long time ago. Uh which I don't know. You know how I am, dude. Now it's been past like 10 years. So is the sequel going to be good? I don't know. I hope so. But with those two at the helm, I'd assume it's going to be pretty good.
yeah. And then I mean, he Will Smith is producing on the new Bel Air show that's
Yeah.
on Peacock, and I mean, I've heard some good things about it, and I've heard kind of some stuff that like they changed too much stuff around. So
Well, they
I
had
don't know.
to, you know, like you can't just you could just reboot a series, but if you don't do anything original, you're not going to differentiate like, from what it was.
Yeah, and I think they're doing more of it being as a drama
Yeah, it is.
than kind of like the comedy sitcom
Yeah.
that it originally was. So
Man.
I've heard good stuff about it. I might check it out. I started watching Snowfall,
Mm.
which is really good. I've enjoyed it, but I don't know. Like I really like it, but I don't think it's gonna be one of those things that I'm gonna binge. You know what I'm saying? Like
So,
maybe watch one episode at a time and then get on out of there.
do you remember this story where we went to the movies years ago and I can't remember how it happened, but we were all flipping coins or something where
Yeah,
um
I remember
yeah, and
it was to go see either Jack Reacher or
or
Django.
Django. Now, obviously, looking back, it was very dumb because Django is like a masterpiece. But
Oh yeah,
um,
you ended up seeing Jack Reacher because you wanted to.
well, y'all also lost uh, whatever bet there was that day.
I think we
Obviously,
were flipping a coin.
I'll take the hit because Django was a masterpiece, and we should have saw that one that day, especially compared to those Jack Reacher films. Um, however, they rebooted the Jack Reacher films into a series on Amazon, which I recently
Yeah.
watched, and it's actually pretty good. I like that if you're looking for something to watch on Amazon.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've been watching that Snowfall, and what else? They have the Smiling Friends show
Oh yeah,
on HBO Max. I've been watching that. It's pretty funny. It's something, just kind of something dumb to watch, before bed or something like that. And
dude.
what's up?
Oh, I got a funny story about HBO Max. Like when you're done.
Okay. And then I started watching Abbott Elementary last night with Odessa. I kind of wanted to wait until I got home to watch it with her. It's really good. It's really
Mm,
funny. They kind of do it like the kind of like the documentary crew filming the
yeah.
show. So like they like look at the camera, and it's kind of like The Office, but without the super cringe. So I mean,
Uh,
I definitely recommend it. It's really funny.
I did also finally watch the Peacemaker series over the last week, which is really really good. Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, it was great.
So um the final that final episode with I mean I'm sure most of the people that have watched this show have seen it, but if you haven't, like spoilers, right? So might want to skip over the next 5 minutes, but that last scene, well, it wasn't the last scene, but whenever the Justice League comes in and they've got Aquaman and the Flash, and John Cena's just like, "You're late, dickheads." I
Yes.
was like, God, dude, John Cena, like he's underrated. He's such a funny actor. Like
Yeah.
man, he's really good at comedy, but that character, he's also really good at playing. It was a good show.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like he definitely played like he acts his ass off for Peacemaker. I mean, I really they could have replaced him with basically any other actor in the Fast and Furious movie.
Oh yeah.
But so I mean I didn't like hate or like love his acting in that one, but like in the Suicide Squad and in Peacemaker for sure, like he definitely did his thing on that. Like I want to see him play Peacemaker forever now.
I'm saying he's really good at comedy because he was like in Trainwreck and then that Amy Poehler sisters film too. He's I don't know, I think he's hilarious, but that actually wasn't the HBO Max story I had. The HBO Max story I had was Tiff and I were trying to watch the Euphoria season finale, and
Oh dang, they got you out here watching Nicotine's Doing Drugs, the TV show.
yeah, I mean, sometimes I think it's a little much, but you know, Zendaya is a pretty good actress, so um,
They claimed another one, fellas.
yeah. Well, Tiff wanted to watch it, so I watched it with her. However, we try to log on, and I use Colton's HBO Max login because he uses like one or two of my things. So he lets us use HBO Max, and it wasn't working. I'm like, dude, what's going on? And then the next day, he's like, yeah, well, I had to change the password because Molly was giving it out to all of her friends, and so we were logged in on like 47 different devices.
Damn, Molly, if you listening to this, dog, that's too much. You can't be out here giving vital information
They
to
replaced
just
her
anybody.
profile. They replaced her profile and gave it to Gage on their account now.
She got excommunicated from the HBO Max, bro. You hate to see it, bro. That's tragic. That is tragic.
But it definitely sounds like something Molly would do. And I'm like, Molly,
Oh yeah.
why would you give that to all your friends without Colton's permission?
Man, she just want to be cool, dude. She wanted all her friends to be able to watch Euphoria too. So
Probably. I mean, that's probably all she watches. And which, if you've seen the show, and granted, like, I know that my little brother and sister are teenagers, and I mean, they're gonna get into stuff anyways. It's just like that show is especially like from a teenager's perspective, I think it's a little weird to watch. And I mean, look, I wasn't like big into the party scene in high school or anything, but some of that show just seems really unrealistic. Like half of that stuff does not go down at high school.
yeah, I feel like it's an extreme. Just like this is an extreme, kind of like they play into stereotypes and stuff of what goes on and like what people think in like a high school. But I mean, I haven't seen the show or anything like that. But I feel like it's about high schoolers, but then with all the drugs and the nudity
Yeah,
and stuff like that, like I don't know if I would want my high school age kid to watch it. I mean, I don't have kids, so I don't know what I would want them to watch really, but I'd be like, maybe that's not a really good show for you to be watching. But then, like me as an adult, I'm like, why do I want to watch a show about these high schoolers? So I feel torn on Euphoria.
I don't know. It's I think most of it's okay, but yeah, I mean, they're not gonna be able to claim these people are in high school much longer because these people are starting to get old. Like
Oh yeah, I mean they're adults,
you know,
but
I mean most of them are around our age, the actors.
yeah,
So uh it'd be really weird because I hear that whenever they do a season three, it'll be like another couple years. So I'm like, dang, you're gonna have like 29-year-old people playing kids. And that reminds me of like some of the old movies that are out there. Like if you watch like the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire and they're all like in their 30s and they're playing people in high school, which it looks really weird. If you go back and watch it. So I don't know. Maybe that's one of those shows that only lasts for like another season or something.
maybe yeah. I mean, a lot of HBO shows don't go past like a few seasons, so
Yeah.
who knows? I mean, it was like, but I'm not gonna lie to you, so much Euphoria stuff on my timeline on Twitter that I mean, I had to do it, dog. Like I've never been one to just be like, I'm muting words or unfollowing people because of this, but it was so much, man. Like I couldn't, especially like Mondays, because
Yeah.
the episodes come out on Sundays. On Mondays, I could not refresh my Twitter page without seeing at least 10 tweets about Euphoria. I had to mute some words from Euphoria just so I could like get it off my Twitter. It was too
Man.
much. Too
I
much.
will I will say that I don't see the big craze in it. Like it's not like the greatest show I've ever seen. It's it's decent, but like I think it's only getting a lot of hype because of Zendaya. Like she's really good. And which I mean, yeah, she deserves her respect. But yeah, I don't know why it gets so much hype. Maybe that's because of TikTok and everything where a lot of high school kids are into it. Uh but it's not like a show that I'd say, hey, this is the number one show right now. Like if you're not watching it, you need to be tuning in every Sunday.
Yeah.
It's just something I watch like with Tiff. It's not like the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I don't know. If Vanessa wants to watch it,
If
I
you're
don't know.
if
I'll just
you're
be like,
like
hey, watch it on your own time, play.
if your family's had like a recovering addict or anything in it, you might see some stuff that hits home. But other than that, like if it was focusing on Zendaya being a recovering addict, the show would probably be really, really good. But it also has all these other side characters, and that kind of makes it a little crazy. But other than that, Yeah, I wouldn't call it like the greatest show ever, but a lot of people do like it right now.
Yeah, and like the crazy thing is, it's like when the because this is the second season, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Um, the first season of it, like there wasn't that much hype, or like I mean, I wasn't seeing that much, but
yeah,
like I feel like this season it had just the hype has blown way up, and so that's why I had to stoop to the levels I stooped to,
well, they apparently grew by like an extra 60% in fame over this past season and everything.
like viewership and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
so
yeah, I guess everybody just was they went back and watched the first season and just got super hype about it because it's just been insane.
yeah, uh, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's not like the greatest show I've ever seen, but hopefully that gives you all some insight in what we've all been watching lately and what to go check out.
Yeah, that's true. We kind of didn't expect to be giving you guys an update on what we're watching, but there it is.
I did see Free Guy too on Disney Plus a few days ago.
Yeah, was that good? I wanted to go see it when it was out in theaters, but
Yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it. Because I didn't get to see it in theaters, so it took forever to make it to Disney Plus with them buying Fox and all. But yeah, it was pretty good. It was a nice little movie for the family to see.
hmm, I might watch that while I'm home this week, or maybe while I'm on the road. So
Pretty good.
I don't I don't know if you guys can hear this right now or not, but there is a cat fight going on outside of this room.
I know how that is. I got three of them. They'll be fighting all the
Yeah,
time.
Odessa has three as well. So,
Um,
but
what?
I was gonna say, I mean, I don't know if you were trying to get into another topic, or maybe if you wanted to, kind of ease us on out of here
I am good with easing
with
us on out.
some closing thoughts. I mean, I feel like this episode still ended up being a little longer.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's still, gonna be around that 50-minute mark or whatever, something like that.
yeah, we
Um,
still
whoa. Now we got the popos.
yeah, dog. I don't know what's going on, but
Um, yeah, I don't know. I think for closing thoughts, for those of you that aren't sick, go enjoy yourselves. Go watch a nice movie in theaters or something, enjoy life. Uh and even though gas prices might suck right now, there's people like halfway across the world that are enduring much more because of the reason. So, you know, take take your current life situations with a grain of salt because there's always people that have it worse. So, uh, and you can find me on Twitter at Jared Evans. And I love you all.
um, my closing thought. I don't really have much. Thank you guys for listening to us. If you made it this far in the show, thank you so much. You guys are the reason we keep doing this thing. And yeah, I mean, go watch the Batman. And you can find me on Twitter at young without the O. I almost forgot my mantra, bro. Young without the O underscore ABG. And you can find us on Twitter at unheard underscore of pod. That's going to be the same on Instagram, unheard underscore of pod. Facebook, unheard of. We there. YouTube, we record this thing. We coming to you live in Technicolor. So yeah, we're on YouTube, and yeah, wherever you listen to some podcasts other than Apple Music.
That's right. Um, so yeah, thanks folks for listening in. I think next week, if we got the time, we might try to bring somebody else on here, get a good one for y'all going. Um, but yeah, without further ado, we love you, we hear you, and we hope you hear us. Hear it unheard of.
Unheard of.